Gonna give us a quick mic check, Matt?
Sure.
Gonna give us a quick mic check, Matt?
Sure.
Alright, we good. We'll just wait for everyone to ready up before we start the actual intro and everything, because then we just end up babbling on for forever until everyone readies up. It's quite a small field today, eh?
Yeah. Pretty much been like all weekend.
Yeah, well, it is the second to last round of the championship, so everyone usually seems to dip off. What's going on, guys? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the penultimate round of the Trans Nation Formula 1 World Championship, the F2 round. And boy, do we have a spicy championship fight going into the last two rounds. I'm Mackenzie Short, back with Matthew Elliott, back in the combox with us for this weekend. And Matt, give us your thoughts on this weekend. What do you reckon the mindset of the championship contenders will be going into this weekend?
Have to win. Or at least place ahead of the other guy. We don't have Stanley this weekend, so it's just pretty much Matthew Plevy and Sebastian Spicer fighting for the championship.
Yeah, it's basically just going to be a two-horse race now. It's a shame, though, because it's been such a close fight all season with the with those three, and to see Stanley drop out on with a couple of hurdles to go, it's a big shame, because we're looking forward to seeing a 2-3-way fight for the title, and it could have been a 5, maybe 6 car fight for the title, depending on how other circumstances could have happened. But not to worry, this is the championship fight we have at the moment. We got two drivers, Matthew Plevy and Sebastian Spicer, as Matthew just said before, and Josh almost putting it in the fence coming out of pit lane. So that could have almost been a horrendous end to his first run. But yeah, Interlagos, I'm no idea how long this track is. I think it's like 4.3k or something like that. Usually the real life race, it's 71 laps, but today we were doing 36 laps of the track today. And at the moment it is looking quite overcut, and we already have a car out of qualifying. What happened there?
Oh, I didn't see that.
I didn't see that either. That's a huge shame. Well,
Oliver starts his flyer, the first one.
Oliver is the first one though. So yeah, very cautious through 1 and 2 though. Obviously the Center S is probably the tightest corner on the circuit, and probably the most, like, the strictest corner on the track due to, like, in terms of track limits. Trying to get a good run out of 2 through 3 would be really hard to do. And I think I know where Amiro crashed. Amiro crashed coming out of turn 5, that kink, and then just hit the inside barriers. So yeah, I just seen a brake duct just sitting on the outside of the circuit. Yeah, it's quite a shame today because today we only have what 12 or 13 drivers. So anyone yes, any of the guys that are at the front that would consider themselves a front runner could maybe run an alternate strategy and afford to do something different. And Amar's out of qualifying.
Retired. Wow.
We already lost 2 cars in the space of what? Not even 5 minutes into qualifying, and Oliver now goes to the top. Not sure who the next guy to cross the line. I think it's Big Mike. Oh no, it's Sebastian. He goes to an 8.8. 8.7 from Josh. So times are flying in at the start of the session. Matthew Plevy's going to come around come through the kink, and he's going to do an 8.2 on the supers. So Matt's already trying to flex his muscles a little bit. So it's a quick lap from Matt there, but obviously the 2 Renaults will still have pace to find.
But here comes the next one.
Yeah, he opens up DRS, comes through the king. He's going to do a 1:10.3, and he's on the mediums as well. Okay, so that explains why his time was a little bit lacking. Yeah, but as you were saying before, like we don't have that many runners this race. A few usuals not racing. You got Stanley, Bailey, Mark, those guys not racing today. So it shrinks the field down. So obviously the guys maybe running an alternate strategy could afford to maybe run a 2-stop and
right into P6.
Yeah, and he's changed his number again. I'm not going to say anything on that. Y'all already know how I feel about Britain him changing numbers.
Jordan into the wall. Exiting pit lane.
It's exiting.
Can't get out.
It's definitely not the first time that's been done this weekend. It definitely won't be the last. But yeah, like I've been speaking to a few guys like over the week, and they're saying that the 2-stop, if you can get into clean air, is the fastest strategy around here. So that could we see a few guys run the 2-stop and maybe just try and get into some clean air and pretty much run aggressive to the end of the race, and they don't have to worry about that tyre saving as if you were maybe running on the mediums and having to look after them. Having to do like 20 laps on them.
Yeah, I think the average has been about 23, 24.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you are on a 1-stop from super softs to mediums, you will have to get the supers to about lap, maybe between laps 10 and maybe 12, 10 and 12, and then go on the mediums to the end.
That's what we've been seeing.
And I guess the handy thing about having you as a you commentating every other race, you can tell me the strategies that I don't know about. So it's always handy having Matt in the comm box. He's always our inside man. Okay, so Oliver now starting his lap on the softs. I think the top 3 are all starting a lap on the supers now. So it looks like they're all committing to maybe a 2-stop or maybe running a more aggressive 1-stop. Yeah, so we're right on board for Oliver this lap. He doesn't seem... He goes for a late apex through 1 to get a nice run through 2. The rear looks a bit unstable coming out of 2 though. Banana
Josh up to 2.
Banana, he is 2. He's only a 10th off pole as well. That is a very quick lap there from Banana Josh. Very nice lap there from the Mercedes driver. He's ever since he's joined F2, he's kind of just been there. He's just been there, but he hasn't been at the front there like what I think he would have hoped. But he has been saying Brazil is one of his stronger tracks, and that yeah, like, and he has had good performances here in the past. So obviously winning Brazil, I think in GT3 last season, if I can remember correctly. I'd have to look back in my notes and that, but yeah, Oliver now coming up the hill. Let's see what he sets. He's going to do a 108. He splits the Renaults, but I don't think that'll be for long though, because here comes Seb now around the last, up to the line. It's going to be a 1:7.5. Very nice
Here
lap
comes
there.
Matt.
And Matt's backed out of it, so he must have done invalidation. And here comes Josh now. Josh is gonna go to P2. This is exactly the position that Seb would have wanted at the moment. He wants his teammate in between himself and Matt. So yeah, it's good start. Sam's gone up to P6 with an 8.9, so that's pretty decent there from Sam there. Obviously, he's been one of the guys that's been competing up the front for the last few races. So could this be another front runner performance for him? Could be, might not be. We'll wait and see what the weather report's like for the race. We haven't seen a decent oh no, what am I on about?
Yeah, there's been no report on the weather yet.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to spit out, but you know.
But judging by the location, Brazil, it's near the rainforest. Who knows?
It's quite common to have rain here, and obviously this track has decided championships in the past with wet weather conditions. So I can, a few that spring to mind: 2009, 2008, 2012, like those sort of races where where there has been involved in certain incidences that happen that have allowed certain circumstances to unfold. But yeah, and the Sam gone to P3 now with a 7.9 on the softs. So that's a blistering time on the softs there.
That's pretty damn good.
And he's still got time to find as well. So yeah, but yeah, your current top five. You got Spicer in first, Banks in P2, you got Samuel in P3, and you got Matthew Plevy in P4, Banana, and you got Joshua Law in P5. That's your top five. You got Oliver Coleman in P6, and Brett Keenan in P7, and who's half second up on his time coming around the last corner. Let's see what he can do. Coming up to the line in the number 66 Ferrari now, as he's
backed out.
He's backed out, so maybe invalidated. I don't know. But one thing I've noticed as well, that drivers are really cautious coming into the pit lane here. Obviously, they made the adjustment to the pit lane. I think 2015. I think they made the change to the pit lane. Maybe 2014. I'm not sure. It was around the time of the V6 hybrids coming into tuition. So maybe drivers just being a little cautious, because obviously it's very easy to speed here. You're going from 315k down to 60 while trying to avoid hitting the fence coming into pit lane. So could see a few stop goes this weekend. Well, we've already seen quite a number of them this weekend as well. So again, it's just gonna have to be a wait and see. We'll see if we can get a weather report from anyone. I don't think anyone will tell us at this stage, because people will still be doing laps. And Matt's just started another lap. Speaking of laps, his car seems very stable through the first corner, through the first section of corners, and Brett almost gets in the way of Matt. So very lucky for Matt that Brett didn't get in the way. Carstein's very planted as well, so he could be one to watch this weekend. But Yeah, now Joshua, or Josh, as we call him, because there's two Josh, and there's two Joshuas in F2. So yeah, Josh has been saying that Brazil's been the strongest track, and he's been looking forward to this track ever since he got the wheel. So who knows? Could we see another Renault 1-2 this weekend, Matt?
It's very possible. They've been pretty pacey. I know they've been putting in a lot of practice.
And Matt goes to a 7-8. He's only 200ths of a second behind Josh. And speaking of Josh, Josh goes to the first by 200ths of a second ahead of his teammates. So, and I think Seb's backed out of his lap.
I think he was actually slower by 64 hundredths or thousandths. I mean.
Yeah. So. Oh, there's someone on the fence. I just noticed it. Is that... Oh, yeah, there's a Toro Rosso of Jordan. And there's a few brake ducts here as well, so that might explain where a few people have died.
It's not an uncommon place to do that.
Yeah, because you're coming out of that... You're coming out of the hairpin, and if you get on the grass and the curb on the exit of that corner, you quite easily find that wall. But yeah, Banana Josh's still in P5 at the moment, though, so he's going good, and Oliver up to P3.
Oliver, so nice.
Yeah, so so at the moment it's a Renault 1-2 and a Red Bull 3-4. Do we have any idea on what the constructors' standings are for F2? I don't think we do, because Matt said he didn't do them after Mexico, but yeah, after USA, yeah, they did it.
Well, I know Renault had a commanding lead and then went 1-2 at Mexico.
Yeah, no, it was 28 points after USA. Did Oliver finish Mexico, do you remember?
I think he did.
Yeah, so I just can't remember where he finished, though. That's the problem. Yeah, because it was... If you go... Yeah, so obviously Red Bull got and Renault got a 1-2. Yeah, so at the moment, unless Oliver scored some points, they've got a 56 point gap. So if Red Bull pretty much need both Renaults to retire from today, and they need a 1-2 to have any chance of winning the constructors. So that, yeah, so I would... Okay, so Oliver got 1 point, yeah, so it's a 55 point gap going into this weekend, so it's pretty much, I would say, the constructors, Renault pretty much has wrapped up. If
they finish in the points,
yeah,
I'm thinking.
Yeah, like, as long as they finish today, like, all they need to do is finish, like, as long as Red Bull don't outscore them by 15 points, pretty much, they'll have the constructors wrapped up today.
There goes Jordan.
Jordan's now retired, so he'll start on fresh. So Jordan, Amiral, and Amar will all start on fresh tires.
And unless Nathan Pinkert doesn't set a time, he probably will too.
Is Nate's not? No, wait, is Nathan?
Yeah.
Is he? And Brett's retired as well now. So, but yeah, like, who's about to start a lap? With a minute to go in qualifying, yeah, both Red Bulls are line astern, and Sam's committing to qualifying on the soft, so that's interesting. That's interesting that that's interesting that that Sam's committing to qualifying on the softs. Maybe he thinks that he could make some ground up on the one stop, while all the guys in front of him are starting on the supers. So could be an interesting strategy, but yeah,
pretty good pace on the softs.
pretty much everyone in the top 6 is all on a lap, and they're all within a sector of each other. Oh, I take that back. Both Red Bulls have just started their laps, so...
Isaac up to P7.
No, very nice there from Isaac, but who'll be the first across the line? It looks like it'll be Sebastian. So Sebastian with 5 seconds to go. Qualifying will be complete. The checkered flag is out, but we still have laps in succession at the moment. What's Seb going to do? Seb's going to go pole by 5/100ths of a second to his teammate. And here comes Josh now. Speaking of his teammate, he does a 7-3. He pips his teammate again. Apologise about the computer background. Where are the two?
Oliver to the line.
Oh, and Oliver's backed out of his lap. I think he's giving his teammate some slipstream.
Ooh.
I think he is. Yeah, he's backed up. Look at him. I don't think Matt's not going to be close enough. I don't think. Matt only just improves. So Isaac is the last one to. And he's not on a lap.
That would be qualifying over, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. We'll just wait for Isaac to retire. And then we will proceed to the race. But yeah, but look at this though. Only half a second separating the top 5. So that's very that's very nice to see though, that this grid's so close. Probably everyone in the top 5 will be in F1 next season. So we'll hopefully see this competitiveness move over to next season. But yeah, but here's your order. Joshua Banks gets his, second pole in a row? Or did Seb get pole last week? Yes,
I think Josh did.
Back-to-back poles for Josh, and it's a second Renault front row lockout in a row. Then you got the 2 Red Bulls 3 and 4. You got Sam in P5, Josh in P6, Isaac in P7, Brett in P8, Mike in P9, and then Jordan, Amiral, Amar, and Don and Nate rounding out the grid.
Well, it looks kind of okay on the weather.
Yeah, I think Brett said it was going to be dry for the whole race, so at least F2 sees some dry weather this weekend. First time in forever that they've had a complete dry race.
Yeah, it seems that way.
It always seems to be F2 that gets the weather, eh?
Yeah, they had it Monaco, Hungary, I think.
Canada.
It's just
Austria. Probably 80% of the races this season have had wet weather in them. I can probably guarantee you that. But yeah, we will get Matt to run through the grid again real quick, just while I set everything up.
All right, in P1 with another pole to his name, we have Joshua Banks. P2, Sebastian Spicer. P3, Matthew Plevy. P4, Oliver Coleman. In P5, we have Sam. In P6, we have Joshua Law. P7, Isaac Murphy. P8, Brett Keenan. P9, Michael Poland. P10, Jordan Dittmer. P11, we have Amiral. P12, Amar Singh. And P13, Nate Pinkert. The interesting thing today will be who decides that they want to go with the 2-step And as the grid reforms.
Cheers for that, Matt, for running through that, through the grid order. Yeah, I'm surprised no one's starting on the mediums, and all 3 guys outside the top 10 are starting on the soft compound tyres. We got 2 rounds to go, 5 points separate the championship contenders. They're starting next to each other, 2 and 3. We're building up to the 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go for the Brazilian Grand Prix. It looks like Josh Banks has got a good start. It looks like Sebastian's had a horrible start. Oliver's going to try to go up the inside of his teammate. No, he looks like he's just going to slot him behind him, but yeah, it's all stationary. Someone's round at the back, and it looks like it's one of the Ferraris. No, it's Amar. It's Amar around. Amar's lost the rear end. Looks like Nate's. Oh, it looks like it's all a clean start at the moment. And look, the 2 Saubers are side by side. It looks like Mike's gone out. Oh no, Merrill's wide and let his teammate go through. So looks like a clean start. Everyone's kept their nose intact. Brett going up the inside. Oh, that was close. Oh, Sam
up to P4.
Sam's got a good start there from Sam, but what happened to Oliver? I don't know where he went off the start. It looks like Josh is giving him a little bump wide. He's going to try to go around the outside. Oh, he's off the track a little bit. Oh, Brett's getting really antsy. Obviously, these two come together a couple of weeks ago in USA, and Brett won't be happy that he's ahead of him. Yeah, Josh sets the fast lap for the race, obviously, because he's leading at the moment. We'll stick with his... Oh! That was weird.
That was a massive desync.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Oh, Isaac's around.
Isaac's around and he's collected Jordan, yeah. I thought there was a bit of... And where's... Jordan's moved over to let everyone go, and one of the Saubers followed him through. I think that might have been Big Mike. That was... Well, that's unfortunate for Jordan, just wrong place, wrong time there, but... Yeah, we'll move back to this battle for P6 with Brett Keenan and Joshua Law. Brett's a bit wide through the middle sector. Lost his ground, and Jordan's... Oh no, I think it might have been the Williams that's around, I don't know. It's a second separating pretty much... There's pretty much a second gap between all the top 5, so... Everyone in the top 5's got at least a second of the car behind, except the 2 Renaults.
Off.
Where's Brett gone? And Brett's been reset to track, and he's just been collected. Was he reset to track due to spinning out?
I think he just drove out. He got it on the inside grass, and then drove out.
I think he might have been reset because you do get reset if you spin too far into the infield there. So yeah, that's a shame for Brett because he is looking good for a battle for P10. The 2 Saubers are fine with each other, and Mike's gone wide and let him Merrill through, I think. But Amar, after being sideways off the start, he's now up to P8. So decent-ish recovery. But yeah, this top 5 all really close to each other. It'll be interesting to see what the 2 Renaults do, though, because at the moment, if it was to finish like this, Seb would have an 8-point lead going to Brazil. Not Brazil, Abu Dhabi. My apologies. I'm getting everything mixed up today. So, yeah, but as Matt said in the opening broadcast, that whoever each one needs to finish as ahead of the other. So pretty much it'll be advantage. It'll be advantage to Matt if he finishes ahead of Seb, and vice versa. It's that close. It's gonna definitely go down to Abu Dhabi unless one of them crashes. Unless Matt crashes out, doesn't finish, and Seb wins the race. But yeah, at the moment, I don't think that's going to be the case. Sam and Josh have both got 3-second time trials in the last half lap. But yeah, this front three all separated by 1.5 seconds. Yeah, Sam's slowly falling off, but I reckon he's just getting into the motion of just relaxing and just settling into a groove because he's on a different strategy to the guys in front of him, so he's going to be he's just going to be pacing himself for the next 30 odd laps, 32 laps. Oh yeah, but I wonder what the Renaults are going to do though. Will Josh let Seb through and Josh hold up Matt so Seb can get another race win under his belt, or will Josh ignore team orders and just continue fighting? I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see what happens when we get closer to the end, if positions stay the same.
Yeah. I reckon positions definitely won't stay. I reckon positions won't stay the same. Josh will definitely let Seb through towards the end of the race, but for now, yeah, while they're within a second and a half of each other, they definitely want to be. They won't want to hold each other up by just trying to let each other go because one of them's faster than the other. So Amar up to P7 on Isaac. Nice move there from Amar. Amar's only 10 seconds off the lead as well, so he could still come into contention as well if he plays his cards right. Yeah, back to the battle at the front. Nothing's changed at the moment. Yeah, obviously, I think the key for Seb will just be to stay within DRS of his teammates, so he doesn't come under attack from Matt behind. And Brett's got a 5-second stop go for speeding and pit lane. I said it'd happen. I said you'd get Oh, that's why because he got a 5-second stop go for a severe collision with Big Mike as he came back onto the track. So there's one of his stop goes served, but no way Brett's going to try and go to the end on 30 lap worn mediums. Oh well, at least it'll give Jordan someone to fight.
I think he's going to two-step it. He'll probably throw on supers at the end.
Yeah. For sure. Nothing really happening.
Positions 1 through 3 just holding pat.
Yeah, no, it just looks like maybe these guys are just saving fuel, saving the arrows behind each other. There's no point fighting each other with 30 laps to go. So still got a long way in this race to go. And the last thing they want to do is try and make a move and then they take each other out. Yeah, that'd be the last thing these boys would want to do. Especially with the constructors pretty much in their grasp.
Oh, the real battle's going on. Oh, Amiro on the back of Isaac.
I guess you could say he's on the back. He's over 3/4 of a second behind, but...
Ooh, Amar.
Amar's right on the back of Josh, so yeah.
Really quick.
And I think today's like the first race that Amar hasn't raced that he hasn't got pole in.
He's usually real quick.
Yeah,
it's a shame that he crashed out on his outlap.
Yeah, he could have been right up the front fighting for this. Yeah, Josh giving Amar the big squeeze into one. Don't know whether he locked up or he just deliberately just drove the car out wide to force Amar wide, but Amar still... Yeah. It's quite... Yeah, and Brazil's quite a contrasting circuit. Like, it's one of those circuits where you have to set the car up to be quick in a straight line and be quick in the middle sector because If you try and set up your car for one, you're going to be slower on the other. So if anything, oh, Josh getting a little bit slidey there, and you got Mar right up behind him now.
We'll have DRS coming on the straight.
Oh, Josh has dropped a little bit wide.
Too much curb for Josh.
Yeah, and Josh is just. Oh, he's been contact. He's been contact. They're both on the fence, and Josh is out of the race. Oh, that was I don't know who'd be at fault for that, and there's a virtual safety car that has been caused.
This will help Amar a little bit. He's in the pits right now.
Yeah.
So it's gonna have a 5-second.
Yeah, did you? No, he didn't serve his 5-second on because it's virtual safety car. But
right.
Did you
He's gotta wait.
Did you see what happened there, or?
It kind of looked like Josh tried squeezing a little bit, and just clipped the front of Amar. They both got sideways.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a shame for Josh because Josh was looking in a really good position as well, but. Yeah, I wouldn't know what to say there. Like, cause it looked like Josh was just weaving, trying to stop Amar from getting DRS and up behind him. But then, when Amar did get alongside, Josh just didn't leave him the space. But we'll just have to wait and see what, if there's a steward's report or anything. But yeah, it looks like Nate's got sideways and gets out of the way, and Matt's in early.
Matt's in.
Oh, he's got wing damage.
Oh.
Yeah, so maybe he collected the back of Seb. Well, what's happened to Seb? Yeah, maybe Matt got wing damage from drilling the back of back of Seb under the virtual, but then Emerald got wing damage as well from hitting the spinning cars, and he's gone onto a set of what? Oh, he's gone onto another set of supers. Yes, sir.
So Matt will have to take his mediums 27 laps.
Wait. Oh my God, Seb's been hit with that glitch where he's just been stopped still. He's been stopped suddenly on track. What? Yeah, he was right behind Sam, and then I was right on board with that. That's a real shame for Seb. That's real shit that's just happened to him there and then. Yeah, that's a weird one there, but hopefully that doesn't affect Seb too much. That'll probably cost him position to Matt, but
Amar does the fastest lap.
Oh,
Jordan into the wall.
Yes, I just happened right on board with Seb and just see a Tauros on the fence. Yeah, but this battle for the front two is getting quite close, and it looks like Oliver's getting right on the back of Seb now. He's not within DRS just yet, but Josh is in. Josh is going on to the medium, so he's going to go to the end. Where's Matt? Matt's coming out of the final corner now. Oh yeah, that's right, of course. Yeah, Matt had the wing change, so yeah, so Matt will really fall behind Josh now. Yeah, so yeah, Matt's just crossing the line now, and Josh just exiting pit lane. Yeah, so Matt has lost a lot of time. Lost probably good, 6 or 7 seconds. And Amar really starting to push now.
Oh, 13 seconds back. Probably just time adjusting. 11.
Yeah, 11 seconds now. Yeah, but Oliver right on the back of Seb. I think both these two will be coming in this late. Where's Sam will probably go for another 5, maybe 3 or 4 laps. Yeah, but yeah, that glitch hitting Seb the way it did, it's really unsettled him at the moment. He'll have Oliver for company coming into the pit lane. Yeah, Oliver's going to go one more lap. And Seb nails the pit entry quite nicely. And Josh is going to easily... Yeah, so Josh will take the lead, retake first place, and I think Seb's going to rejoin ahead of Matt despite that glitch happening to him. So yeah, he is quite comfortably. Yeah, so that wing change has obviously really affected Matt, and yeah, and it'll be interesting to see where Oliver and Sam pop out. Because those front two still have to pit, and there's a 3 second gap between Matt and Seb. But yeah, but Amar could put a spanner in the works. He's on the super softs, and he's got some amazing pace at the moment.
Amar right on the back of Matt now.
Yeah. He'll have
he will be two-stepping, so.
Oliver's in. Oliver really cautious coming in the pit lane, so he'll probably lose a little bit of time there. But will Amar go for it? We'll have to wait and see. Oliver's now onto the mediums.
He will clear Sebastian. Nope.
No, he won't. Because Seb will have the normal racing line, whereas Oliver will have to take the pit entry. I think he'll lose out to this battle between Matt and Amar as well. Yeah, he's going to come out right behind these guys here. Yeah, so Oliver's lost quite a bit of time as well. He's lost probably 3 or 4 seconds in the end. And Amar comfortably up the inside of Matt. I think Matt's just let him go, knowing, realising he's on the supers. He's quicker at the moment. Maybe he can stick with him to try and pull that gap to Seb. Yeah, but and Sam's now in, so Sam's covering off the undercut that Josh would have got, and he's really cautious in the pit lane as well. So I think Josh will clear him quite comfortably. I don't think Seb will, though. The glitch happening where it did really hurt him.
Yeah, just imagine if another car was like directly behind him.
Oh yeah,
disastrous.
Here comes Sam now. Yeah, Sam's now exiting the pit lane. I think he might come out right behind. Yeah, Sam's going to come out right behind Josh. So he's covered off there. So Josh has got the undercut, but he will have 3 or 4 lap older mediums. And Seb's now just got a 3 second time penalty, so that could hurt him in the long run if Matt can keep that gap to him later in the race.
Yeah, Matt's been notorious for not getting penalties. Usually keeps it pretty clean.
Yeah, so definitely with what 22 just over 21 laps to go. Excuse me. Brett now slowly finding his way back up the field and trying to get back in the points. Both Ferraris have had a horrible day today, especially the incident with Josh and Amar, and then I don't know what's happened with Brett. Nate's just let Brett go. Brett sent up the inside. Josh now has a 3 second time penalty as well. So, and that's coming out of turn 2 as well. I said that'd be a horrible place to try and avoid getting penalties, and it's like it's claimed another victim, and yeah, Amar's just done it as well. So. Yeah, so at the moment, if it was to finish like this, the gap would be 10 points. I think. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, the gap would be 10 points going to, well, obviously Amar's still got to stop again, so. Yeah, so if. I'm trying to think. If. Okay, so yeah, so say Matt and Seb finish 3rd and 4th behind each other, and Jordan's now retired from the race. But yeah, like if these two finish right behind each other in 3rd and 4th, then Seb will have an 8-point lead going to Brazil, going to Abu Dhabi. So Matt would need to win, and Seb would need to. Yeah, so it'd pretty much be winner takes all. No, actually, no, it wouldn't. No, Matt would need Seb to finish 3rd if Matt would have to win. So, and then if Seb was 2nd, no, if Matt was 2nd, Seb would need to finish 10th, no, 5th, I think, and then they'd be tied on points, and I think it'd go back to how many race wins they've had. Too much math for me right now. It's too early for math.
Never too early for math.
It's funny though, like Amar's, yeah, he's on the supers, but he's not really pushing it. I think he might just be conserving at the moment, and the Matt's just saving all the DRS behind him, so maybe he can try and push and attack on Matt, on Seb later in the race, but it doesn't look like. Excuse me. It doesn't look like Sebastian is making any inroads on Sam and Josh, so maybe Seb's just conserving at the moment because he knows that he's in a position where he'll have a good points gap going to Abu Dhabi against Matt, so. And obviously, if you guys don't know what we were talking about earlier with the whole 10-race calendar, obviously with the recent announcement of F1 2019 coming out on the 28th of June, we've had to somewhat shorten down the calendar.
That makes a move on Big Mike.
And clears him, it looks like. Yeah, so as I was saying, yeah, with the recent announcement of F1 2019 coming out, what, 2 or 3 months earlier than what we were thinking, obviously we've had to shorten down the calendar so that it doesn't, yeah, so that the next season doesn't collide with the upcoming release. So instead of running the full another 21 race calendar, we're now running a 10 race calendar that commit to, and they're all tracks of the what the committee members have picked. So yeah, like,
most of them are horrible. I'm just playing. Sam is within DRS range of Josh.
I've just that's interesting. No, someone just commented on the stream asking if we could do the F2 race before the F1 race instead of having to wait 4 hours in between, 3 hours in between F1 and F2 to watch the championship decider. I mean, yeah, yes, that would be quite fun to watch, but due to the time zones of this, like what, like four or five of these guys are from like Australia and like in that sort of area, like Singapore and Indonesia and all that. You'd they'd be racing at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 a.m. those sort of times, and it'd be unfair for the championship decided to run with those guys running on a lack of sleep.
Is Sam gonna make a move here?
Sam's already made the move.
The lead.
Sam's already made the move, but Josh is back up the inside into turn 4, and he's run Sam wide, and didn't look like there's any contact, but it looks like Josh just took his normal racing line. But yeah, Seb isn't really making any ground on these guys, and Matt's sitting about 4 seconds to Sebastian. I personally don't reckon Matt will be able to get to the end on those mediums, trying to take them 27 laps. It'll be tough. It'll be tough, yeah, especially having what 4 lap old mediums, 4 lap older mediums in what Seb does. I think I see where Jordan crashed. You can see all the brake ducts on the exit of the on the entry into the last, well, technically the last corner, and Sam's now back up into the lead, makes a move at turn 1. Josh will have DRS down to turn 4 though if he can get a good run. Personally, Josh, what Josh needs to do is just sit behind him for a few laps, save his DRS and fuel, then have an attack into 1. Because the DRS is just so much more powerful down into turn 1 than what it is into turn 4. You'd be better to try and make a move there. And as I say that, he's now going to sit behind him for the middle sector and try and save some ERS here. But also, he'll be wanting to battle Seb a bit more than a little bit more, so then maybe his teammate can catch up, because Seb's already gained a second on these guys in the last half a lap. So if these guys can continue battling, then Seb might be able to make a charge back up to the front.
No other battles going on besides
no
battle for first.
No, not really. Apart from Josh and Amar. I mean, not Josh and Amar. Isaac and Amar. Amar's done really well saving it. Well, both these guys have done really well at saving the ERS. Both these guys sitting in the high 70s, low 80s in terms of ERS, but I wouldn't say Brazil's a hard track to try and save ERS on, because you do have the middle sector where you can run low and none for pretty much the entirety of it, but
yeah.
And Amar around the outside into 1. Don Vanzito gets out of the way. Yeah, Amar isn't able to make the move. And Merrill's now in again, so and Merrill will be jumping on a set of softs, I believe, going to the end, or maybe another set of supers. Oh no, it is another set of softs. And that's a Ferrari as well. That's Brett and as well. He's now serving his second 5 second stop go. He'll jump on a set of softs and go to the end as well. And he's got more wing damage. So yellow flag sector 1 and 3. What's happened here? Nothing out of the ordinary. Looks like Josh will just be getting out of the way of blue flags, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, but Oliver's dropped off Matt quite a bit, so maybe Oliver's starting to struggle on tyres, and Matt's getting that gap to under 3 seconds, and you can see how much ERS he's using, so he obviously knows that Seb has a time here and needs to get that gap under 3 seconds, and Amar's now made a move on Isaac. Brett's now made a move on Big Mike again, so yeah, but it looks like Sam's doing quite well on saving ERS, considering he's the leading driver. But obviously, he doesn't have to push as hard. Josh really needs to be close. He can't afford to be half second behind him. And Brett's now got another 3. Sorry, mate.
Can't
You
take advantage of the DRS being so far behind.
exactly. Like he needs to be. He needs to get. He needs to line his run up out of the last corner to get a good run, or what he needs to do is get a good run out of turn 3, turn 1, 2, and 3, and be close enough to make a move into 4. But when Sam's weaving like he is down into turn 4, it's so hard to try and make a move. Nothing else really happening though, apart from the fact that Matt's now got their gap just under 3 seconds. But how about this? If Matt was to beat Seb, and they'd finish 3rd and 4th, they'd be tied on points going to Brazil. I mean Abu Dhabi. Why the fuck do I keep saying Brazil? What a championship decider that would be. Both after 20-run races going into the final race.
Oof. I'll be on the edge of my seat for that one, especially if they're up battling for the win.
Yeah. What would you say about that, Matt? I've just had a question from one of the viewers. He's asking, he's obviously talking about the whole Josh and Sam incident that we were just talking about just before. What would be your input on Sam weaving like he was coming? Did you see what I was going on about with Sam weaving into turn 4? What would be your say on that? Because he's just asked, are they allowed to weave like that coming into corners like that?
You can try to break the slipstream. You can only make one move, but then you can make a move back towards the racing line, but you got to leave space. Yeah, but and there's quite a fine line between by making a second weave to break slipstream and moving back onto the race line. It all just depends on. John's obviously watching the stream because he's just explained it for us perfectly. Cheers for that, John. Always handy having you watching streams. Oh, but look at this. Joshua around the outside into 1. He's going for the over and under, trying to get a good run out of 3. He looks like he's done that. He might get the move done into 4. Sam's gone right to the inside to defend. Josh gonna go around the outside. Will Sam give him the same treatment that he gave him? No, he won't. But yeah, let's see. Like that's exactly what Josh needs to do. Though he's doing exactly what I was saying just before. He needs to save his ERS and get a good run coming out of the last corner coming up the hill. So Josh, he obviously ain't giving up this race win easy. We've already got 9 laps to go. So this race has gone flying by pretty quickly. But it is quite a short lap around here. It's like the Austria race. There's many laps, but it's a very short lap, so the race can fly by quite quickly. Especially when you're in a heated battle like this, or you're having conversations like we are. Yeah.
Going back,
I find this one a little more exciting than Austria, though, because it's
not as many DRS straights.
More flowing.
And there isn't as many DRS straights at
Yeah.
Yellow flag sector 1. Is that anything? Might have been a Merle. Yeah, it might have been a Merle. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, there's still yellow flags in sector 1, so I don't know what that's all about. That's quite a weird one because there's no one in sector 1 apart from the leaders. So
maybe glitching.
Maybe, I don't know.
It keeps popping up. So.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, but to be honest though, Sam's having a really good drive as well. He's saving his ERS, so he's able to defend on the straight. So, whereas Josh is. Do you want to quickly check the penalties real quick? John's just asked if Matt's got any warnings, and Seb's still on that 3 seconds.
Matt's on 1 warning.
Yeah, because at the moment, yeah, like, it'll come down to Matt beating Seb by half a second. Yeah, so I don't know what's happened with Seb. Seb's obviously just maybe struggling on pace, or Josh really wants that over and under coming back into coming out of turn 4. Yes, so cheers for that, Matt. Looking at them, oh, he's really close coming up to turn 6 and 7. He could have a dive here at 8, but Sam would probably have that covered off quite nicely, and it's really only a one-line corner, and it sets you up for the rest of the middle sector. If you get that wrong, you're usually going to get the rest of the middle sector wrong, and it wouldn't be worth losing DRS coming down the straights, because as soon as you lose DRS, then it'd pretty much be game over for him.
Yeah. Sam's getting good exits out of that corner.
Probably helps that he's on a pad though, whereas Josh is on the wheel, so the pad's always been known for its better traction out of corners. Oh, Josh hit the grass and he's dropped it!
Oh no.
Oh, that's... Josh won't be happy about that he's throwing a chance away to win the race. And Sam was on a 3-second time penalty as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, they were racing for position.
Was Josh on the penalty as well?
Yep.
Yeah, so they were racing for position. That's a shame, but Sebastian really needs to start pushing now though. The gap's 2.7 between him and Matt, and if Matt's only on 1 warning, then yeah, then the... So what did we say that the picture was for the championship? If Matt was to beat Seb and they would finish 3rd and 4th, they'd be tied on points going into Abu Dhabi, correct? I wonder if... Oh no, I don't think Josh should back up enough to give Seb the position to extend his points lead.
I think Seb would still have a 2-point lead.
No, because if Josh was to let Seb through and hold up Matt, but Matt hasn't got 3 seconds and Josh does as well. So yeah, so it still wouldn't work. It'd still be a 8-point gap.
You'd have to really hold him up.
He'd really have to hold him up and then somehow break 3 seconds on him. Yeah, and Abu Dhabi is one of those tracks where it is quite easy to get penalties as well. So
yeah, you gotta love those tracks with open asphalt and lines and curbs put in.
Yeah, I must admit though, out of all the recently Herman Tilke designed tracks with the flowing, I'd rather have Abu Dhabi on the calendar than say something like Russia.
Everybody has a problem with Russia. I mean, I don't personally have a problem with it, but
it's just I don't know. Like maybe because it's such an easy track to get penalties, and you have another. There's a fine line between getting a warning and not, and all the guys that are quick at this game know like where those fine lines are, so they're able to extend the track without getting warnings, and they're able to just consistently do it lap after lap, which just gets them the speed that they have. Whereas like someone, say maybe like us casual players, or the casual players that wouldn't know where those fine lines are, so they're cautious trying to not get penalties. So yeah, it's just as you said though, it'd just be a personal opinion.
This race has really fizzled out.
It has, yeah, especially since Josh dropped it out of 1. Or but the gap between Matt and Seb's about 2 and it's going in between 2.5 and 3 seconds. So. Well, I'm very surprised. Yeah, but then again, Sebastian and Josh were saying that the mediums don't really drop off around here, and I was speaking to John, who's watching the stream as well at the moment, and Seb's just got another time penalty, so that's pretty much sealed it for Matt. Yeah, so
I didn't want to say anything and give the commentators curse, but Seb was sitting on 2 warnings when I checked.
Yeah, so yeah, that's probably why the gap between Seb and Matt's probably just started fizzling out like it has, because he hasn't. How many penalties is Oliver on? Because if Oliver's on minimal penalties and he could start clawing his way back into this gap, he could jump Seb as well.
He has 2.
Yeah, so okay, so Seb and Oliver on the same penalties. Yeah, so it won't make a difference, but the more important thing is we'll have Matt and Sebastian tied on points going to Abu Dhabi next weekend. That is going to be a very exciting race, so make sure you are subscribed to the Transnation Formula 1 YouTube channel and have the bell on for notifications, so you do get notified when we are live for our league races. And obviously the end of season 3 is nearing, so if you do want to sign up, do please check the streams, and I believe someone will maybe have a Discord link to get you into our Discord server, or personally message Delta Niwa X on PlayStation messages.
What is the point advantage coming into the race for Seb?
It was 3 points. Or was it 5? It might have been 5 actually.
Oh, I think it was 5.
Yeah, so if that's the case, it'll be a 2-point lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was I thought they were 3 points, but yeah, thinking about it, yeah, there was a 5-point gap.
A little too close for comfort.
Yeah, because he pretty it'll pretty much be a winner takes all, unless they finish 9th and 10th, which I don't think they will, because pretty much every position from 2nd down to 10th or down to 9th is a 3-point gap. Oh, no, because it goes 25, 18, nope. 15, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1. Yeah, so it's the math is going to be the math is going to be painful next week. So do stay tuned in for that, as Matthew Elliott and Mackenzie Stewart try to do quick math for 28 laps.
I'll have my calculator ready.
Sounds like a plan. But yeah, as the race leader Sam is about to start his final lap of the race, as one of the Saubers gets out of his way. Sam's just done what he needed. Sam's obviously not in the championship hunt or any sort of hunt for a position. I'm not sure. I haven't seen the point standings, but he's just come out and done what he needed to today. He was the only one that started on the soft tyres in the top 6, and it looks like the strategy's paid out for him. Obviously, it's kind of handed to him after Josh Banks dropped it out coming out of turn 1, or into turn 1 I should say. And yeah, he's just in cruise control since then. Obviously, yeah, and then this championship fight between Matt and Seb is just really, yeah, it's gonna be tight going to Abu Dhabi, so yeah. Well,
Sam comes to the line.
Comes on. Don't weave too early and put it in the fence there, Sam. Congratulations, Sam. Well done. Sam takes the wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. Josh Banks comes home in P2. Seb will come home P3 on track, but Matt will take the position on track. So Matt will take P3 and bring the points gap back down to 2 points. Going to Abu Dhabi. Ma will come home in P6. And Brett in P comes home P8. So decent drive home for the Ferrari driver after quite a poor race for him. And here comes Isaac, our last finisher, in P7. Do you want to get the top 3 in, Matt, please?
Yeah, I'm just having a trouble getting.
I believe that's what is that Haas's first win of the F2 season?
I think it is.
I think that might be because I know they took a win when Alex Little was racing for them in China in F1, but I think that's it. Gunther Steiner, the legend, the man, the myth, the legend, will be stoked with that race win for the American-based team. Yeah, and we will just wait to get the top 3 in. So yeah, there's your finishing order, and yeah, the gap is officially 2 points going to Abu Dhabi. So obviously Matt keeping his nose clean again is keeping him in this championship fight. And speaking of Matt's, congratulations, Matt, on your P3 finish. It looked like it looked like Sebastian was gonna beat you for most of that race, but then yeah, they're just keeping your nose clean and not having any penalties has jumped you ahead of him, and now the points gap's now 2 points going to Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. Pretty much that's my goal to beat Seb today. That's all I was trying to do. But yeah, I don't know. Under the virtual safety car, Sam brake checked me and I smashed the front wing. So I don't know what that was about. So I had to have a front wing change and pit early. So it was on back foot from there. So still pretty happy with the podium and beat Seb. Yeah, that's about it really.
Yeah, well, congratulations on the P3, and well, it's going to be a good race to watch next weekend. Hopefully, both you guys are up the front fighting for the race, and not one of you wins the championship due to the other one having bad luck in the last race. Josh,
yeah, people don't brake check you, then it should be fine.
Oh, now, Josh, you hear us, mate?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I don't really want to say congratulations on the P2 because that could have been a race win for you, but you made a mistake coming into 1, and that was basically it for you.
Yeah, so I had pretty good pace on that first stint. In the start of the second stint, I didn't really have much pace, and then Sam caught up to me, and then we had a good little battle, and then I clipped the grass on the entry to 1, and then spun, and then was sort of just bringing the car home from there. So.
Yeah, well, unlucky on the mistake, and yeah, we'll see you next week in Abu Dhabi. Sam, can you hear us, mate?
Yes, mate.
All right, yeah, well, congratulations on the win. You're the only one to start on the soft tyres in the top 6, and it looks like it's paid off for you today.
Yeah, I mean, I think I won because of their strategy, to be honest. And yeah, and good race. I had a good battle with Ise, and yeah, and it was great.
All right, well, yeah, well, congratulations on the win, and we'll see you next week in Abu Dhabi for the finale. Matt, you got anything else to say, or?
Just waiting for Abu Dhabi. I want to see some excitement.
I'll
be on the edge of my seats watching you guys.
The tension for the next week's going to be absolutely chaotic and going to be a pain in the ass because we just want to see this final race already. But yeah, this is it from Brazil. Congratulations to the top 3. Thank you, Matt, for joining us again in the Common Box, and we will see you next weekend for the finale of the F2 Championship.